Hello, and welcome to Deltek Costpoint's year-end closing process for payroll. By the end of this video, you will know the steps involved to close the payroll year and get ready for the new payroll year. We will review the steps you need to perform prior to closing the payroll year, how to close the payroll year, and set up the payroll for the new year. We will finish with the frequently asked questions section. The CYE regulatory update will be released sometime in December. Please note that the dates used in this video may reflect previous or future years. Before closing your payroll year, you must first verify setup and report information for accuracy. Go to People, Payroll, Payroll Processing, Manage Pay Periods. First, you want to make sure that you have set up your payroll periods for the full payroll year and for all of your pay cycles. It is important to enter this information for your full payroll year because other calculations, such as Update Employee Package Deduction Screen, are based on the number of pay periods existing for a given payroll. Next, you should print the Social Security and Medicare Reconciliation Report. Under People, Payroll, Tax Reporting, select Print Social Security and Medicare Reconciliation Report. Verify that the correct amount of Social Security and Medicare has been withheld and accrued for your employees for the current payroll year. Make any adjustments on the current year's paycheck for taxes owed from the results of this report, and for any other transactions you know of that must be accounted for at this time. Also, process and enter all paychecks to be dated December 31st or earlier, and post them to the general ledger. If necessary, the last pay cycle in the payroll year may be reopened through the Manage Pay Period screen to enter additional payroll records as long as they do not affect one-time ceiling method deductions. If you have deductions with the ceiling method of one time, it is suggested that you make a backup of the EMPL deduction table, that's EMPL_DED, before closing the payroll year. The one-time ceiling method is used for items such as 401k loans that span more than one payroll year. The closed payroll year program calculates the unpaid balance of the deduction and replaces the ceiling amount in the employee deduction screen with the unpaid balance. If necessary, the one-time method may be selected on the deduction screen prior to closing the payroll year. Even if no deductions exist with a one-time ceiling method, you must use the closed payroll year screen to close the payroll year. Next, we will go to Close Payroll Year. It can be found under Payroll, Year-End Processing, Close Payroll Year. The Close Payroll Year screen's sole purpose is to close the payroll year. This screen will not allow a pay cycle to be entered that does not have its last pay cycle in an open status for the current payroll year. If you try, you will receive messages stating this fact. If you run this report and receive a message stating no rows found that meet selection criteria, it means that you have no deductions with the ceiling method of one time. You must still close the payroll year. If you do have deductions set up with the ceiling method of one time, and an employee is actively using them, you will receive a report listing of the employee name, deduction code, current limit, total deduction, and new limit. After you review for accuracy, you can close your payroll year. After you have closed your payroll year, you will need to manually enter a new line in the new year in the Manage Federal Taxes screen. This is located under Payroll, Federal Taxes, Manage Federal Taxes. Please refer to your IRS Circular E publication for a complete listing of payroll information. Next, the new payroll year deduction ceilings need to be confirmed. Go to Payroll, Deductions, Manage Deductions. Any deductions or contribution limits that have increased or decreased for the new year should be updated in the deduction screen, since this is a company-wide ceiling setting. You may use the Update Employee Deductions and Contributions screen, found in the Employee Payroll Information section, to update all employees at once. Before actually executing this process, review the report carefully. It is important to note if the calendar year-end update does not include updates for federal and state taxes that your company needs, you will need to manually update the information using an effective date of January 1. Please be advised that Costpoint's tax table update will not overwrite a tax record with the same effective date. We will release a tax update by the end of January next year. Here you will find a list of frequently asked questions. Please review them at your leisure. Simply pause the video to read and then press play to resume the video. We hope they will help with your year-end closing process for payroll. However, if you have any questions, Costpoint Customer Care is ready to assist. Call our customer care number at 877-457-7765. We hope you found this video informative and helpful. Thank you for attending Deltek Costpoint's year-end closing process for payroll.